What up, bros? This is the All Bros podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a lot of bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we got a decent amount of new figures to talk about in Adventures in Hunting. No new Blu-rays. Surprise, surprise.
Shocker.
But we do got a few things for this week's sneak peeks. We got a movie called Freaky, one for Dune, and one that Rose insisted that we do.
I never
Hubie Halloween.
insisted.
You insisted.
I just said, hey, I heard there's a new Adam Sandler. Don't try to pin this on me,
I'm
asshole.
pinning it on you. And then for our main event of the evening, we are going to be breaking down the Netflix film Da 5 Bloods in honor of Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
So, with that, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Every day, we're surrounded by media. Books, movies, art, music, games, apps, podcasts, etc., etc. With this constant bombardment, it's easy to miss great media gems in the chaos. But fret not, you've come to the right place, my friend. I'm Jason, and I love media. I invite you to check out the Mixed Media Forest podcast, the podcast where I trudge through the forests of media to find hidden gems for you, the listener. Every episode of Mixed Media Forest is chock full of fun, reviews, nostalgia, positivity, news, rants, stories, and recommendations about all things media. Again, that's the Mixed Media Forest podcast, created on Anchor Podcasting app and available everywhere fine podcasts can be found. Give it a listen. It's what all the cool kids are doing.
All right, first up in Adventures in Hunting, we have a decent number of new pop figures to talk about.
Seriously, though. Damn straight.
Hell yeah. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the Amazon exclusive Leia at Echo Base. And this one's pretty cool. So this one, she is on some sort of console looking thing.
Sure, yeah, let's call it that.
I don't know what the hell it is.
Don't either.
I'm not well versed in Star Wars lore.
It's
but
a Star Wars computer. That's what I'm going to call it.
Sure. Yeah, so it's kind of like a guidance thing or whatever, but it looks like she's working on that, and it's really cool because the piece, or like the guidance piece, is translucent, so you can see her through it.
Shit.
So that's super cool.
That is really cool. Very interested to see the detail on the keypad, though.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Is this part of the grouping that they have?
Yeah, as far as I know, yes.
Yeah, so like the Han Solo one we've talked about, and a couple of the others.
So they said the Amazon exclusive Star Wars Battle at Echo Base series, Princess Leia.
Sweet. Yeah, super cool figure. So Echo Base is on Hoth.
Yep.
And so she's in her Hoth outfit and everything.
Awesome.
Not a super good look at it. I mean, you get the gist, but
yeah.
still. I feel like the consoles like that is super basic looking.
I mean, I haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back in quite a long time, so I don't...
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Okay, so super cool.
For any of you Star Wars fans, you can bash us for what we're getting wrong here.
Yeah.
JC,
probably
I'm
not
talking to you.
JC. Next up, we got a shit ton of new Dragon Ball figures that we're going to talk about.
Stuff I don't know anything about.
All right. I need a picture of these because I don't know everyone.
You got to find it because I don't know where it is on their page.
Oh, it's down here.
Oh. Look at him go.
Okay, so these are kind of split like a ton with all these different series. So first one we have is, I'm assuming that's Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Had to remember his name. So he's just in his like a standard fighting pose, his Saiyaman costume, no helmet.
Wait, can I see his hair? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he had like kind of like the emo kind of comb over going on.
Nope, not quite. So yeah, that's like his basic pose. Next we got, I'm assuming this is Super Saiyan 2 Goku, who has kind of a golden aura coming around him. Ripped. Oh shit! What are those called?
Six
a gi.
pack?
No, a gi. So the top, so it's just his undershirt, his blue undershirt, and it's kind of torn up a little bit. That one's pretty cool. Next up, we got Final Form Frieza. And this one is like super detailed because it has veins in the head.
That one's pretty cool.
So I think this is like post transformation. Like after he's like, I think this is his final form powering up a little bit more.
Okay.
If I'm remembering right.
I'm not remembering at all.
Next up, we got, I forget which version of him this is, but I think this is Super Majin Buu, or Super Buu, or however you want to say it.
Super Buu.
His name, like they spell it Buu.
Oh.
But I know this isn't like before his like final transformation, but he is like gray looking. Cape, vest, pants, kind of a basic figure, kind of in a fighting stance too. Next up we got Majin Vegeta, which is really cool. So he's in his blue unitard, which is all kind of beat up, and a gold aura around him. So the like Goku's is coming up kind of from the back. His is kind of swirling around him.
Okay.
And like kind of like the bottom part of a tornado.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that one's super cool. Next, I'm assuming this is Kid Vegeta. So Vegeta is a child. Complete with red cape, Saiyan armor, and tail.
He did not listen to Edna.
No capes. And then next we got a jumbo size. I don't know what jumbo means. A jumbo-sized pop. Like maybe this is just the standard size, and it's.
Yeah, I think that's like the standard 10-inch pops. I think, not 10-inch. I'm sorry, 6-inch.
Maybe it's just like the scale. Like the head is maybe the scale of normal heads.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
However,
I know I've seen okay, what's this character's name again?
This is Shenron.
So I always see his pops. Is it a he?
Yes.
Okay, I always see his pops going to Hot Topic. It seems they're always exclusive there. So
seems
I'm
like it.
It's probably going to be another exclusive.
But this one doesn't say it's an exclusive to anywhere. But yeah, so that's Shenron, jumbo-sized. I'm assuming it's just bigger than average figures. But he's coming out of the Dragon Balls, all kind of formed around in a circle. So that's super cool.
I feel if I would have watched the show, I would think this is cooler. But you know what? It's still pretty cool.
Yeah. Next up, we have a shit ton of exclusive glow-in-the-darks.
Ooh.
So it's the same pose for Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And it looks like his eyes glow. I don't know if his hair glows, because it doesn't quite look like it. Would you say it would?
It looks like it's just the eyes.
Yeah, it looks like it's just like the eyes and maybe the suit.
Maybe the wardrobe, yeah.
Yeah, so his Saiyaman suit, which is cool. So that's coming to Entertainment Earth. Then there's the glow-in-the-dark Goku. I would assume this is confusing me because it looks like on that one that his hair does glow. So maybe
I'm really confused.
Yeah, but it looks like his eyes glow. It looks like the aura glows. and I'm assuming the hair. And I forget what store that is.
Go Calendar store.
Go Calendar?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be exclusive to there. Next, we have a Galactic Toys exclusive. I think this is a Super Majin Buu as well, but this one's pink. So, yeah, there's that one. And it has a glow chase.
Alright, that's cool. I honestly
Yeah.
think glow chases are my favorite chases.
Yeah. So the thing that so it's all the pink that glows on him, and he has like a energy beam that he's about to blast, and I'm assuming that glows as well. So that one's super dope. The next up, we have a Funimation 2020 exclusive glow-in-the-dark Shenron.
Should have made a Hot Topic exclusive. Just
Yeah.
saying.
But this one is super dope.
Alright, I gotta say now.
So they have the Dragon Balls that glow. The underside of Shenron, so it's like all the gold pieces, so not the green. So that glows, and then his eyes glow.
I can't even close my mouth right now. That is one of the coolest glow-in-the-dark pops I've ever seen.
That is super cool. It doesn't look like the outside of like the energy glows, but it's like all on the inside.
I feel that's fine.
Yeah.
It works better that way.
It almost makes it look like it's a light shining from
Yeah.
beneath him. But so cool. So freaking cool.
Caleb, tell me I don't need it. I've never even seen the show.
Yeah, you wouldn't get this.
But it's so cool.
It is super cool. If I saw this in the wild, I might pick it up. Maybe. We'll see.
Bet you money if he does ever come across it, even if I'm there, he won't buy it. Even if I try to talk him into it, he won't buy it.
If I could see the glow, that might convince me.
Okay, bring a flashlight then. From now on, whenever we go hunting, a flashlight must be brought.
Yeah, so that's all the Dragon Ball figures that we got. Moving on, we have some Disneyland's 65th year anniversary figures coming out.
Ooh.
So the first one we got is Minnie riding the Dumbo ride.
That's pretty cool.
That is super cool. So it's Minnie, classic look, red polka dot bow, red dress, kind of like doing a bit of a wave riding in Dumbo, which is awesome.
Very awesome.
Next we got Peter Pan riding, I forget what ride that is. It's the Peter Pan ride, I'm assuming.
Here, wait 1 second. Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it is. Sorry, I was looking at the vehicle for that and then the one for the pop we're going to talk about soon and seeing if they were the same. But never mind. But yeah, I think you're right there. It's the ride vehicle for Peter Pan.
Yeah, so this one's super cool. Classic Peter Pan look. I think is that a water ride? Because it kind of has like some sort of liquid underneath it.
Does. I mean, it might. I just don't. You're asking the wrong guy. I don't know Disneyland rides that well.
I don't either.
Or Walt Disney World rides. Either or. Are they all the same?
Wait, did you say Disneyland?
Yeah, Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland, Disney World?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I haven't been to Disney World, but I have been to Disneyland, but I was like 10.
I mean, I just don't know how much they vary. I know both of them have a lot of the same rides, but then some do have different ones.
Yeah. Anyway. Next up, we got Mr. Toad riding one of the cars from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, I think it's called.
I think so. Is that ride still operational?
I think so.
Shit.
Dude, okay, that is one ride I remember. That ride's freaking nuts.
Like in a good way? Or?
In a, like, what the shit way. Like,
I like it.
Okay, so this ride, it honestly scared the living bejesus out of me. Because it starts off like super, like kind of calm, and then it just like goes off the frickin' rails. Like you just start like like they kind of do this thing to make you feel like you're going faster, like maybe shaking the cart a little bit, and then you're just like turning, and like they have like these projections on the wall that make you feel like you're going a lot faster than you are, and like freaking craziness. And then there's this, like, it has really sharp turns, so it scares the living shit out of me because I'm someone that does not like roller coasters.
Oh,
but
shit.
I remember I'm like, okay, like this ride is fine. And then it has this scene where like you turn really fast and then it looks like there's a train about to hit you. And I like flipped out. Like I was just like, oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I like lost my mind, and my brothers were like, let's go on again. And I'm like, oh hell no. In my little 10-year-old pre-pubescent voice, just like, oh
gosh,
not doing that.
Caleb's voice was so high growing up, like, damn.
You're not wrong, but yeah,
I mean, I think mine was honestly higher than yours.
Arguable.
I mean, your voice is a lot deeper than mine now, so at least you got that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that ride was nuts. That's like the one ride I remember. That Pirates of the Caribbean I remember pretty well. Haunted Mansion was the first ride that I went on. Scared the ever-living shit out of me.
Freaking mint.
Dude, it was... Oh, hell no.
Was it the regular version or the Nightmare Before Christmas version?
I think that was when they were like mid-transition.
Okay.
Because it was kind of both.
Ooh.
Like, I remember being in like the full room elevator looking bitch. Like, I remember the whole room shaking, and I'm like, like, I was already kind of like, about like rides. This, like, I was like, absolutely freaking not. But yeah, my family freaking dragged me on this one. And I remember being in like this room, and it felt like we were in an elevator. Like, we very well could not have been, but it felt like we were in an elevator. And then like lightning cracks, and you look up, and there's Jack Skellington's face, and it looks like there's someone hanging from the rafters in there. And I'm like, oh, this is where I die.
Okay, I'll even admit. Okay, how big was Jack?
He was like the full ceiling.
Okay, yeah, I'd shit my pants too.
Yeah, like you look up, I think I'm pretty, like the way that I remember it, Jack Skellington's face like was the entire freaking ceiling.
Oh hell no.
And then like in the middle of the freaking roof it looked like there was a dude hanging.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But the ceiling looked like it was super high up too. And yeah, I was just like, no.
Speaking of Jack, back in Cali, me and my family used to go around during Christmas time and see the lights because like people used to go all out. And there was this guy that had not life size because it was a lot bigger than that, but he had a giant Jack Skellington dressed as Santa Claus with him on his knee holding a present out in his hand. And it was terrifying, but it was super cool.
That sounds dope.
It was pretty dope. But, you know, being like a 6-year-old kid and seeing something that big kind of terrifies you.
Fair enough. But yeah, and then I remember like going down in this elevator, then like this door opens and you have to like walk out of it. I remember like pushing people aside to get out because I'm just like, nope, not doing that anymore. But what came after was so much worse. And they put you in these carts, and there's 2 at a time. So it was me and one of my grandma's friends that were in this.
Okay.
And so, like, the way that they, like, fasten you, it's kind of one of those, like, twisty rides kind of set up a little bit.
Okay.
So it has, like, the really big back and then, like, kind of a short front.
Yeah.
And then they have, like, the bar that comes down and straps you in place. They had some dude with like glow in the dark like neon paint on his face, and he comes and like slams it on you. Like he comes and like pushes it and like comes out. He feels like he comes out of freaking nowhere and does that and scares the living shit out of you. And I was just like, I don't like this. But I mean, the rest of the ride was all right. It wasn't like that scary. It was just the opening, and I'm just like, no.
You're just like, happiest place on earth, my ass.
Yeah, no joke. And then they're just like, let's go on this ride. I'm like, F you guys.
Like, I'm gonna head out.
Like, I'm going to go change my shorts. But yeah, there was a lot of rides I didn't go on after that. Like, I didn't go on Space Mountain, which I went on as an adult. Didn't like it.
Okay.
It was scary. I will say this. I enjoyed not being able to see where I was going.
Okay, fair.
But I also disliked that.
Okay, did you ride It's a Small World?
I don't think we did that one. I think that was like the one ride we didn't get to.
Wow. Splash Mountain?
Splash Mountain I did.
Okay.
Didn't want to. Dude, as soon like I was all for the ride. I was all for it. Like my parents were saying like Splash Mountain is like quintessential Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like you have to. And I was
especially
like,
since, like the characters are from Song of the South.
So I was like, okay. Like I'll give this one a shot. Like I saw like the ride and like saw that you fall down this thing and I'm like, okay, that's going to be kind of terrifying, but whatever. Like I'll deal with it. When I got there and realized that they don't strap you in, I was like, oh hell no. But I got dragged in on that too.
You were already too far.
Yeah, and then afterwards it was fine, but I kept trying to my brothers and I went on it a few times, and I kept trying to take a good picture. Every single picture that was taken of me, I looked like I was about ready to shit myself. And granted, I was.
But I tried to hide it.
Yeah, but that didn't change. Like, even when I freaking went to Disneyland with Brielle.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, I do not take good pictures when there's a fall.
Didn't we do like a thing about this, like on our Instagram or Twitter? Like you actually like found the pictures of.
Yeah. Did we post that?
I think you did.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a while ago. This was like over a year or so ago.
Yeah.
But I remember that.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Doesn't sound like it.
Anyway, next up,
getting back on track. Sorry about that.
Our pop figures. The next one we got is actually Mr. Toad, but he has crazy eyes. So it's kind of like the yellow and red, like, wow eyes. Like hypnotism eyes, a little bit.
Alright, I'm out.
Yeah, freaking terrifying.
Nope, I'm out.
Oh, it's kind of like the Billy. The Billy eyes from Saw. Or is it Billy?
Yes, Billy. He doesn't have those eyes, though. Does he?
A little bit? Like, I know his are a little, like, swirly, but aren't his, like...
I thought they were just
white?
Black.
No, I'm pretty sure he has, like, the
okay,
red
after you
white.
show all these, I gotta confirm this.
Yeah.
I should know this.
Yeah. Next up, we got Peter Pan in a fighting stance. So he's holding his little dinky-ass knife.
Oh, you gonna say dinky.
It is dinky. It's a little... Okay, it's a dagger.
He's still a child. Okay, Caleb.
You know what? Freaking fight me.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so that one...
Everyone place your bets. Who's gonna win? I know everyone's gonna say Caleb, don't it?
Why do you do shit like that to yourself?
Because in a way, I think it's funny, and I just hope that the audience thinks it's funny.
Then, last but not least, we have a Captain Hook.
Shmee! That was an awful
That was
Captain.
super bad, dude. Like, what the shit?
Oh, shit. That was fantastic.
But this one's super cool. Classic outfit. Kind of a same battle pose, holding his sword.
That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one's freaking good.
Do you remember when they released the one, I think it was a Hot Topic exclusive, of him getting eaten by the alligator?
Yes!
Oh, that one was so cool.
That one was way cool. But yeah, so that's all that we got with the 65th anniversary of Disneyland. And then the last figure that we're going to talk about is a winner of a, let's see what it was called. The Design the Next Fantastic Plastic winner. Or the Design the Next Fantastic Plastic. It's like a character.
Yeah.
And the winner of that was Cutie Corn.
He's so cute.
Dude, it is freaking adorable.
It is very adorable.
So it is a kind of like a humanoid looking candy corn with the skeleton costume.
Yeah.
And on his head is like a little skeleton mask, and
Yeah.
his cheeks are big and chunky.
So to whoever designed this, good job. Looks really good.
Congratulations on that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like designing something like that?
No, because I don't got no creativity.
You know what? Fair enough. Yeah, but he's holding the little pumpkin jack-o'-lantern bucket and eating a
Chocolate bar.
chocolate bar.
Better be Cadbury. Or Hershey.
Cadbury's pretty good.
Right.
But yeah, he's like a little cute candy corn.
He's so cute.
Yeah, so that is all we got in Adventures in Hunting.
Okay, before we move on, I gotta confirm if those are Billy's eyes. Gosh damn it, you might be right. Okay, wait. Okay, so it's red eyes with like a black dot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was thinking his cheeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I knew he had it, but I just
Yeah.
didn't think it was the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Mr. Toad has that, but it's like red and yellow. And it's more like Target, or like the, I don't even know what to call that, but it's just like rings instead of like swirls.
Yeah. Why the hell would anyone want to buy a Jigsaw puppet or a Billy puppet?
Beats me. So yeah, moving on to this week's sneak peeks. The first trailer that we're going to talk about is Dune.
Yes.
So, I'm pretty sure Dune's a remake.
Oh, it is?
I think.
I don't know.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this is a remake of an old movie.
I thought this was based off a book.
Is it?
I have no idea.
I would have sworn it was a movie. Or I might be thinking of Doom.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Doom.
Yeah. So this is Dune with an N.
Yeah, so it was a book.
It's a book? Okay.
Damn.
And it hasn't had any movie adaptations?
Oh, wait. Okay, so actually, yeah, there was a 1984 movie.
Okay.
So you were right. It is a remake.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about this story.
I don't either, because I haven't seen the original movie, nor have I ever read the book.
Yeah, but the trailer is super, super intriguing because of majority of it's the cast.
Yeah, like holy shit.
Like we have freaking Jason Momoa, we have freaking Timothy Chalamet,
Josh Brolin's in this?
Josh Brolin. Holy shit!
Yeah, so like he said, Timothy Chalamet, right? Is that how you say it?
Chalamet.
Chalamet, my bad. He's from Little Women, right?
Yes.
Okay. He was really good in that. Like you said, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Dave Bautista, Oscar Isaac, Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem. Why do I know that name?
I sure as hell hope you know that name, because he's a great actor. That is Javier Bardem.
Oh, okay. What else is he in?
He played Captain Salazar in the fifth,
In the Pirates?
fifth Pirates movie, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
I actually really like that movie. That's not true. I actually really liked him in that movie.
He was in one of the greatest, arguably one of the greatest movies ever, No Country for Old Men.
Ooh.
That is, he played Anton Chigurh. People like to mock that character, which I think is really dumb because it's such a great character. He was in Mother. I think he played Jennifer Lawrence's husband, as far as I remember.
Weird.
Yeah, right. And then he was the villain in Skyfall. So James Bond.
I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't either, but his name was Silva.
Silva?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to Dune. Who else do we got?
The only last one I'm recognizing is Stellan Skarsgård. He played what's that doctor's name in the Thor movies? He's always with Cat Stevens. Doctor.
Shit.
Because he was mind controlled along with Clint in the first Avengers. It pissed me off. Oh, Eric
Selvig.
Selvig, yeah, that's what it was.
That's it.
I knew the first name.
Gosh, that took us way longer than it needed to.
Yeah, just a little bit. How is that not one of his biggest credited roles? Is the MCU?
What else?
Kind of shocked.
What's his biggest credited?
Good Will Hunting. He played Lambo.
Oh, okay.
His third biggest credit is Mamma Mia.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh, good hell. So yeah, like I said, we don't know a whole lot about the story yet. It just seems like we're following Timothée Chalamet's character and some revolution, I guess, or trying to unite these factions of people.
Isn't like Oscar Isaac his dad?
That's what I thought, but I thought it was Jason Momoa.
I don't know. All I know is I
'Cause
don't like Jason Momoa without a beard.
It kind of brings you back to his Conan days.
Yeah. I don't think
Or his Baywatch days.
Yeah. I don't think I like it.
I mean, I don't hate it.
But he looks so much better with a beard.
I mean, that's arguable.
Alright, fine.
But Jason
good
Momoa
no
is
matter
freaking
what.
like, yeah. I would give it a shot.
Okay, well,
Like I said, I'm not 100% straight, and he is the reason that I am not.
Alright, well, you heard it here first, folks.
All right, next up, just gonna freaking knock this out of the way.
All right.
Hubie Halloween, or Hubie Halloween, however the hell you want to say it.
The most anticipated movie of 2020.
No, I'm not even putting that out there as a joke.
It looks stupid, but I will probably check it out because I probably won't have anything really else to do this close to Halloween. You sure you don't want to do a breakdown of it? Kidding.
No.
And I have a soft spot for Adam Sandler. Yes, he's made some shitty movies, but there are a lot
Yeah,
of
like Hubie Halloween.
Hey, you haven't even seen it yet. This might be Kevin James's best performance of his career.
Was Kevin James in this?
Yeah, he was the police officer.
The big bearded dude?
Yeah.
What?
It's because he had really long hair, and you're used to Kevin James either being bald or having a buzz cut.
I don't think he's always bald. Like, he's a lot more clean cut.
Okay, that's true. Well, recently, for I think like a year now, he's been going completely bald. Still has a beard.
Huh.
But yeah, he's been going completely
bald. Yeah, like, I've seen him with the beard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the things that I've seen him in, he has, like, his facial hair, but I haven't seen his head. Because he's typically wearing a hat in what I've seen him in.
Okay, fair.
But, okay.
Nowadays, he looks weird without a beard. Like, I don't know. Kevin James isn't Kevin James without a beard now, for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, this movie... It's stupid. It's stupid Adam Sandler is what it is.
It's grown-ups Halloween. That's literally what it kind of is.
Yeah, if you give Adam it's like Adam Sandler trying to do an Adam Sandler impersonation.
Yeah.
That's what his voice sounds like. Hell, I couldn't even understand like half of the stuff that he was saying.
I think that's the point.
That's so stupid.
Okay. But like honestly, I think like the only two big name actors that are missing that weren't in the grown-ups movies here are David Spade and Rob Schneider. Everyone else is and Chris Rock. Okay, never mind.
So it's basically everyone.
Well, okay, you got Kevin James, Adam Sandler. What's her name? Maya Rudolph. She's in this.
Okay.
She's funny.
The mom Julie Bowen is in it.
Yes. That's all I got.
Claire from Modern Family. That's all I recognized.
Yeah.
But, ugh. Seriously, that's going to be a movie if I do watch it, it's going to be because I have absolutely nothing else to watch.
Damn. It's rude. Why you gotta do Adam Sandler like that?
Because Adam Sandler's movies have been stupid lately.
Lately?
I'm kidding. Okay, I won't count Uncut Gems because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet either.
But the murder mystery movie he did for Netflix.
Yeah, I heard that wasn't good.
Ugh.
Did you see The Ridiculous Six?
Oh my hell. Yes.
That bad, huh?
It was so dumb.
Shit, okay. I kind of had hopes for that movie. Never mind.
I will say this. Taylor Lautner's pretty funny in that. Surprisingly.
Shark Boy himself?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's actually kind of funny, but in like a stupid way.
Wow. Did you? Apparently, I heard somewhere Robert Rodriguez is doing I forget what he's doing. He's doing like a reunion shit kind of thing
for Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah, apparently,
dude, I am all over that shit.
Well, no, I don't think it's not just for that, but it's for like combining like all of his other work that he's done. And yeah, Taylor Lautner and the girl who played Lava Girl are both down to reprise their roles. At least that's what I heard.
Dude, I'm so down. I am so down. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
Dude, I want a Spy Kids reunion.
That'd be freaking dope.
We kind of got that in Spy Kids 4, but Junie and Carmen were like kind of assholes to each other, and I don't see that being the case.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they kind of hated each other.
Okay, out of the two, I would rather see a Shark Boy and Lava Girl movie.
That's fair.
Dude, that'd be insane.
Okay, but then you got to bring back the kid that played Max, Linus.
Oh my gosh.
The kid
and George Lopez. Yeah. You have to bring back George Lopez.
The kid that played Linus, I think he saw the Nostalgia Critics review for Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Thought it was freaking hilarious.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so good. You should watch it.
Oh, I'm in.
I swear he did a Shark Boy and Lava Girl one.
Dude.
He better have. Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, it's so freaking funny.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, dude, you gotta watch it.
Dude, could you... I want him... Okay. Oh, my gosh. Just, like, all my freaking creative... Everything's,
do
like,
we
going
see
off.
a Shark Boy and Lava Girl 2 Dreamcast in the future?
Holy shit, yes, we do. Dude, but I want to see... So, he made Shark Boy and Lava Girl for his kids. Is what he was saying. He made it for his kids.
Yeah.
I want to see him do the exact same thing. Make it for his kids at the age they are right now.
That would be very interesting.
Because we were the target demographic for Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, yeah.
We obviously are not anymore. But we hold it in such nostalgic esteem right now.
Oh, dude, I remember feeling like badass putting on those Shark Boy 3D
glasses.
glasses.
Yes.
And then,
But could you imagine, like, his kids, if they were around our age, they have to be in their 20s by now.
Yeah.
If he makes an updated Shark Boy and Lava Girl for people in their 20s, holy ball sack. That would be so cool.
Okay. I have one request. It has to be in 3D, of course, but I'm talking like classic cardboard 3D. None of this real D 3D shit. Like, okay, hear me out.
It has to be dark. It has to be like a dark movie.
Yeah, but can it still be in 3D? I want my Shark Boy glasses.
I don't want them to do the like red and blue stuff.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so much fun.
No.
Yes.
No, you're wrong. I do agree that they should do like the classic Shark Boy and Lava Girl like frames, but with the new 3D. Even though I haven't seen what that 3D looks like.
You haven't seen a real?
I haven't been to a 3D movie since Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Damn.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, it kind of just depends on the movie that you pick, honestly, the red and blue 3D, honestly, I feel looked a lot better than the 3D nowadays.
Yeah, well, that was also back when they were trying to force the 3D in your face.
Well, I mean,
Like, nowadays, it's subtle.
that's true.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know
I'm
about
so
you, but when I
bummed
go
out.
see a 3D movie, I want shit coming out at me.
Yeah, well, we didn't see Ant-Man in 3D or Doctor Strange, and I
true.
hear that was like amazing to watch in 3D.
Avengers: Age of Ultron sucked in 3D.
I did not see that in 3D.
You did not miss much. Actually,
Yeah.
you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, like Ant-Man and Doctor Strange are like
Those are
those would have been trippy.
Yeah, those are the only two Marvel movies that make sense to see in 3D.
Yeah. But if they do a Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in 3D, I'm in.
Yep, same. I'm sure they will. They
Yeah.
always.
I'm gonna
release
go
it.
see it 2D first, just so I can.
Pussy. I'm just
Whatever,
kidding.
bitch. But yeah. Oh my gosh. How did we get here? Oh yeah, that's right, Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez. I want a Shark Boy and Lava Girl for someone my age. Like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Anyway.
So,
Hubie Halloween looks stupid,
but I'll probably check it out.
unfortunately.
I'll go F yourself.
Next up, we got a movie that actually looks good. Freaky.
The biggest draw for this movie for me is Vince Vaughn. Cause,
Playing a teenage girl.
yep, stuck in a serial killer's body.
Holy shit. This looks hilarious.
Yeah, and seeing... yeah, I don't really have any other words. This looks like just a really
so
good time.
the girl is she's the chick from Detective Pikachu.
See, I didn't even remember her from that. I remember her from Paranormal Activity 4.
Dude, what the hell is wrong with your knowledge base?
Who was it that said, leave it to Rose to remember?
That was DJ.
See, you're not wrong. You got an excellent point. Because, yeah, it's really sad the shit that I remember people from.
Yeah, dude, if we ever interviewed celebrities and the shit that you would bring up, they'd be like, oh, shit. Like, we were hoping you forgot about that.
Because to many people, Paranormal Activity 4 is arguably the worst one.
Arguably, it is.
You haven't even seen the...
You made me watch them all.
Yeah. Did you see the marked ones?
Is that the one with the twins?
No, that's 3. They're not twins. They're brother and sister.
Okay, whatever.
They're sister and sister, not brother and sister.
Okay, then I saw that one. So
Okay.
the two sisters. What's the marked ones?
It's kind of like they kind of do it with kind of in a way of like La Llorona. It's kind of more so like the Mexican heritage kind of side of Paranormal Activity.
Okay, then I don't think I saw that one.
Okay, and then I haven't even seen the 6th one, the Ghost Dimension.
Yeah, F that shit. That movie is just pure cheap jump scares, and I hate it.
I love it.
Dude, it's so freaking cheesy.
I know, but you got to give them this. The first Paranormal Activity, for how cheap they made it, they did. I feel they made a decently scary movie.
Fair. I still think they're stupid.
All right, well, you can think that all you want.
Yeah, but anyway, Freaky looks freaking hilarious.
This
It
does
looks so good.
Ooh, I really want to check this out.
I'm
I'm hoping they do a VOD.
I hope they do too.
Yeah.
I feel like this might be on the same enjoyment level as Happy Death Day.
Well, consider it's from the same director. I sure hope.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be just as good.
I love that movie.
Oh yeah, that movie's so much fun.
Yeah. Like, I love that he takes like those tropes of like the Groundhog's Day situation, and in this it's the body switching situation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of like other situations that he could do that are magical like that. But gosh, I would love to see more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because we've never seen like a body switch movie with horror before, have we?
I'm not remembering any.
I'm not either.
No.
And then same situation with Happy Death Day. Have we seen a Groundhog's Day
No.
thing? Yeah. Like, gosh, friggin' love that idea. And I'm so pumped for this movie.
Oh yeah, same. I can't wait.
Yeah, I really hope they do a VOD though, because I'm not quite ready to go back into theaters yet.
Same. I'm not either.
All right, 1 through 3 with these movies.
So
on excitement level,
1, absolutely Hubie. I'm just kidding.
Gosh, I'm gonna stab you.
Number 1, Freaky. Number 2, Dune, and number 3, Hubie.
Actually, that's the same order.
Hey, bam.
Yeah, Hubie's like number 5 for me out of these 3.
Rude.
But Dune looks really cool.
I will see that movie for the cast alone.
Hell yeah. But I'm so freaking excited for Freaky.
Yeah, same.
So that is everything we got in this week's sneak peeks. So let's move on to our main event of the evening.
Let's do it.
Time for the main event. It's main event time. Let's play a game.
Alrighty, so this week's main event of the evening, we are going to be breaking down Da 5 Bloods, the Netflix original movie featuring Chadwick Boseman. I'm pretty sure this was his last movie.
Oh, what?
Pretty sure.
That's
Like, there hasn't been another movie that's come out with him in it.
Here, let me check. Let's check IMDb.
Yeah, it might be his last credited.
No, I don't want to go to Wikipedia.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Bitch? I don't want to watch the trailer for Black Panther. Why are you being difficult for me right now, IMDb? Like, really? Okay, here we go. So actually his last role was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Let me see.
There's no poster, but that's just one
Is
picture.
it just one that hasn't come out yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to come out this year.
All right, cool. So yeah, this is one of his last.
Yeah, because in the trivia for this, it says final film completed by Chadwick Boseman before his death.
Dude, way to freaking hold out.
I know, right?
Good on you, dude.
Seriously, though.
So yeah, Da 5 Bloods. I unfortunately, we are not creative enough to have come up with a question of the week for this movie.
No, we are not.
So I didn't post one.
Because Caleb sucks.
Yep. We'll have a good one for next week.
Yes.
So let's just get straight into our breakdown. If you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually grade to come to a final All Bros score, which ends up being a letter grade and a percentage, which we talk about.
Yep.
So the 8 categories that we grade are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then we give it our own personal grade at the very end. And that gives us our total for the movie. So, first up, if you have not seen this movie, spoilers ahead. Because now we are getting into the Reading with Rose segment, where he's going to read us the synopsis of Da 5 Bloods.
Yes. Alright, so. During the Vietnam War, a squad of black U.S. Army soldiers of the 1st Infantry Division, Paul, Otis, Eddie, Melvin, and their squad leader Norman, who dub themselves the Bloods, secure the site of a CIA airplane crash and recover its cargo, a locker of gold bars intended as payment for the Lahu... Is it Lahu? Did I say it? Lahu?
Let me see. The Lahu people.
Okay. Lahu people for their help in fighting the Viet Cong. The Bloods decide to take the gold for themselves and bury it so they can retrieve it later. However, in the ensuing Vietnamese counterattack, Norman is killed, and the Bloods cannot locate the buried gold after a napalm strike obliterates all of the identifying landmarks. In the present day, Paul, Otis, Eddie, and Melvin meet up in Ho Chi Minh City, a recent landslide, and had uncovered the tale of the crashed plane, and with this new information they plan to find the gold in Norman's body. Otis reunites with his old Vietnamese girlfriend, Tien, who reveals that he is the father of her grown child. Tien introduces the Bloods to Desroches. I can't pronounce these names to save my life.
They're French.
Okay. Maybe that's why. A French businessman who agrees to help the Bloods smuggle the gold out of Vietnam.
Dude, you freaking said it like my grandpa says it. Vietnam.
The gold out of Vietnam once they retrieve it. Soon thereafter, Paul's son David joins the mission. Okay, I just want to say something about one of the scenes in this movie. Okay, so you know the scene with the kid that's like begging for money in the restaurant?
Yes.
Okay, when they walk out and he threw the firecrackers at them and he's laughing his ass off. I know he crippled, but that kid's a dick. I know he's missing a foot, but that kid is a straight up dick.
Yeah, like, you can't freaking throw firecrackers at Vietnam vets. Are you shitting me? That's a good way to get your face beat.
Would it be rude to say that's a good way to lose the other leg?
That's a good way to lose the other leg. That's messed up, but appropriate.
And I'm going to hell.
What's new?
Right? Vin, a tour guide hired by the Bloods, leads the group out into the countryside where a confrontation with a local merchant forces Paul to admit that he has post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, holy shit, that guy that was trying to get him to buy the chicken. And then he's like, what did he say? You killed my father and
mother.
Yeah, father and mother.
That was an intense scene.
Yeah,
I'm
seriously.
just like, because they did a really good job at making you feel like there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And because it was just a lot of yelling back and forth, lots of cuts between the guys, and then you're dealing with Paul trying to handle this guy and tell him no, and then it just escalates, and like you can feel the escalation, like you feel like you're part of it.
So when he started stepping out of the boat, I'm like, oh shit, things are about to get real fast.
Yeah, no joke. I'm just like, ooh, someone's gonna get their ass whooped.
Yep. At a hotel bar, David meets Hetty, the founder of LAM, an organization dedicated to clearing landmines. The next day, Vin drops off the group and tells them he will pick them up in a few days. During their first night, Paul confiscates a pistol Otis had been secretly given by Tien and becomes suspicious of his motives. Eventually, the Bloods find the gold bars scattered across the side of a hill. Okay, I just got to point out, what is the guy in the red shirt that had the metal detector?
So Paul was the bandana dude.
Okay.
Otis had the longer hair.
Okay.
What were the other two?
Otis also had the glasses, right?
Otis
didn't he have glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Then what were the other two?
Other
two guys? Like their names?
Shit, where are they? Why isn't it saying? Oh, okay, so Paul, Otis, Eddie, and Melvin.
Paul, Otis, Eddie. Okay, Eddie was the rich dude. Okay. And then Melvin was the metal detector.
Okay. The part where they're just like, why aren't you digging? He's just like, bitch, I find the... I can't remember the whole line, but he's just like, bitches, I find the gold. I don't dig up that shit. That'd be so mean.
Yeah, dude, that was... I love that. That's freaking awesome.
Where am I?
Dude, it honestly felt like, and we'll get into this with the acting, but it honestly felt like these guys were friends.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
Long time buddies.
All 4 of these actors were incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, just like the shit talking.
Yeah.
And just giving each other hell, but also having their back the entire time. Like, I freaking love that shit.
So good. They also find Norman's remains and pray over them. Eddie reveals that his excessive spending has rendered him broke, but reminds the Bloods of Norman's original plan to give the gold to their black brethren in the United States. On the hike out, Eddie steps on a landmine and is killed. Oh my gosh, this was so... Holy shit. And the fact that they actually showed his body, oh my gosh.
Or what was left of it.
Yeah, it was... And if you thought the hunt was bad,
damn,
you ain't seen nothing yet.
God, that was a rough scene too. Like, that made me feel like, and this is the same thing I had with the hunt. It felt like this movie had some balls on it.
Seriously, like holy shit.
Loved it though. Absolutely loved it.
Absolutely. In the chaos, David also steps on a mine, but does not trigger it, just as Hedy and 2 other volunteers from Lamb, Simon and Sippo, show up. Paul and the others...
Yeah, they're not very good at their job.
No, they're really not. Paul and the others manage to pull David off the landmine safely. Paul then holds the 3 outsiders hostage with Otis's gun, paranoid that they will report them to the authorities. During the night, Sippo escapes, while David and the others forcibly take the gun from Paul. When the Bloods meet Vin at the agreed rendezvous spot, a group of gunmen show up demanding the gold in exchange for Sippo, whom they have captured. A shootout results in David being shot in the leg and Sippo being killed by a landmine while trying to escape. What the hell is it?
Dipshit wasn't very careful.
Where's your training now?
Yeah, no joke.
The gunmen flee, assuming that the Duroche has crossed them. Vin suggests retreating to a nearby abandoned temple to defend themselves from reinforcements. Unwilling to trust Vin, Paul takes his share of the gold and heads out into the jungle alone. The remaining Bloods offer Vin, Hedy, and Simon a share of the remaining gold for their trouble. As he rages to himself, Paul has a vision of Norman who reminds him that he was the one who had killed him, having shot him by accident during the firefight.
Oh, this was such a heartbreaking scene.
Seriously. And both their acting, Chadwick Boseman and the guy that played Paul, absolutely remarkable.
Oh, so good. So freaking good.
Okay, so he reminds him that he was the one who had killed him, having shot him by accident during the firefight, and that he should let go of his guilt. Duroche's men find Paul and kill him. At the temple, Duroche and the gunmen arrive. After confronting the Frenchmen, now wearing Paul's MAGA hat. Should I just say MAGA hat, or should I actually say Make America Great?
What? Well, you already did.
Okay. I don't know what people like to refer to it as.
It's a MAGA hat.
Okay. Otis, Melvin, and Vin start shooting, killing all of Duroche's men. Duroche wounds Otis and tries to finish him off with a hand grenade, but Melvin sacrifices himself by leaping on top of it. That was... I really didn't want Melvin to die.
I didn't want any of them to die.
Yeah, true. So Duroche prepares to execute Otis, but David shoots and kills him with Otis's gun. Vin helps the surviving Blood share out the gold. Melvin's widow receives his share, and Eddie's goes to a Black Lives Matter organization. Hedy and Simon donate their shares to Lamb in Sippo's name. Norman's remains are brought home to his family by the military. David reads a letter from Paul, who tells him that he will always love him. Otis visits Tien and bonds with his daughter for the first time.
Hell yeah. That was a really good movie.
That was so good.
It's definitely not for the faint of heart.
No. The first 5 minutes of this movie, you will go, holy shit.
Yeah.
This movie's got some balls.
It does. It does. It shows some real footage from way back during the Vietnam War.
Yeah, during the time of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, it does a really good job at giving lessons. Like anytime
does.
they make a reference to something that happened in the past, they kind of like cut to like either a clip or a picture or just something.
Yeah,
in
I
that
loved.
Yeah, so helpful.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the references that they were making, at least in the beginning when they were doing that a lot, I didn't quite understand. And there's a lot of stuff that you learn through this that I didn't know.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And I've done like some extensive studying of like Vietnam and all that shit. And like this just takes it home, dude.
Seriously though.
And something that
So
they
good.
did in this that I kind of really liked. They had a lot of flashback scenes. So back to the times where these guys were in Vietnam. And when they did those flashback scenes, it was the same actors, like the same.
Yeah, that was honestly shocking to me, but I was totally on board for it.
Yeah, it kind of makes you gives that vibe of like these guys think, oh, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
Like that all this stuff happened, and then it's like the same age. Like they're remembering Norm at his peak.
Yeah.
And they're not remembering themselves at their peak. They're thinking of themselves like now in this moment, and she kind of reflecting and kind of putting how they were in that situation.
I love thinking of it that way. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because isn't that technically what like memories are? Like whenever I have a memory, like when I was talking earlier about my Disneyland trip, I'm not thinking of how I was back then. Like I was adding in all of my like, oh hell no, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that I would do now. But way back then, that's not. I didn't even think of cuss words.
Well, your mom would have slapped you upside the back of the head.
You're not wrong. But yeah, like I put myself now in those situations, and when I do that reflecting, I can still like. I think that's just how memories are, and
yeah,
they
are.
They did I feel like an accurate representation of how memories are. Like you put yourself, how you are now, into those scenarios.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I didn't even think about using cuss words way back then, but like when I talk about my experiences, like at Disneyland, yeah, I freaking cuss all day long.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like if I'm like thinking of how I was back then, like when we were trying to do so after they took us to Haunted Mansion, the next ride we went on was the Pirates of the Caribbean. And I was afraid like all the rides were going to be like that, like Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
And so when I talk about it and like kind of share the story, I tell people like, yeah, I freaking told my family like, yeah, you can go F yourself. Like, no way I'm going on that. But back then I was just like, no, thank you. I don't want to. Like, I'm good. Like, I just like enjoying the scenery. Like, oh, look, a lake. Like, I'm going to go look at that. And they're like, come on, let's go.
Come on, this is how Walt would want us to experience it, guys. Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's how I actually was back then. But the way I talk about it, I'm putting myself in that situation as I am in this moment.
Yeah.
Or in whatever moment I'm discussing it. And I feel like that's what they did.
Yeah, oh, they absolutely did.
And it works.
It really does.
Like it took me off guard thinking
oh,
okay, like they weren't that old back then but then I'm like when I thought about it, I'm like I can see how that works.
Yeah.
So I really love that. I'm really glad that they had like the prioritization of finding Norman.
Yes, I loved that.
Like, they ended up finding the case where all the gold was, and it had been rotted through or dissolved through, so they were just kind of they were finding the gold scattered.
Yeah, every couple feet.
Yeah,
A
and
few bricks.
then they eventually got to the point where didn't they like find the couple pieces of gold, and then they kind of went and found more of Norman. Like, then they found Norman, and then they went and found the rest of the gold? Or did they find the rest of the gold and then...
I can't remember. I mean, I do remember the first piece of gold that they find is, what's the guy that has a son? His name?
Paul.
Wasn't his son that finds the first piece of gold?
Yeah, because he's going off to take a shit.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I thought he was getting shot.
You thought he was going to get shot?
Yeah, I thought something was going to happen because people, like, they show before that, people, like, watching them, like, in the woods. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. No, I don't think it was before that. Anyway, I still thought he was going to get shot, but then when they're, like, around, what's Chadwick Boseman's character's name? Otis?
Norman.
Sorry, I'm horrible with names. I apologize. But I swear, doesn't it cut to like two guys like watching them from the bushes while they're doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was expecting a gunfire showdown to ensue. If that's
I was kind of expecting that too. Like, the movie keeps you on edge.
It does. It really does. Especially with the landmines. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, once those were introduced, holy shit. Dude, like, any thought I had of wanting to visit Vietnam, out the window.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and I'm good.
I'm going to step on a landmine? No, thank you.
I choose life.
But this was so good at doing a mixture of history and dealing with, like, your past.
Yeah.
At the same time, and I really, really enjoyed this movie.
It was so good. One of the best Netflix original films I've ever seen.
Definitely one of the better. This movie, like we said, this movie has some balls with the stuff that they show. Because they had some real footage. I'm assuming it was real.
It looked real to me.
Yeah, but they had some real footage of this man getting executed in Vietnam and, like, gets shot in the head. And I honestly did not think that we were going to see real shit.
I actually had to pause it for a minute and just be, did I just really watch that?
Yeah, like, you see a public execution of this guy. He gets straight up shot in the head.
Yeah.
Like, I actually had to look and be like, was that real? And hell yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Which, like, when I learned that it was real, I was just like, okay, like, moving forward, like, leaving nothing behind, like, okay.
So this movie's got some big old balls, okay.
Mm-hmm. But, that was just, it's shocking.
Yeah.
This movie takes you on a journey.
Oh, absolutely.
Through history. It doesn't hold it doesn't try to sugarcoat anything. Like, shit happened.
Which I really appreciate because I hate it when movies do that.
Yeah. And one of the things that they did that was after they had collected the gold and met their guide at the rendezvous point and were being held up by these gunmen, they were talking, like, the gunmen were talking to the Bloods about everything that their people, our people, Americans, did in Vietnam. That they killed their men, they killed their women, and each time that he said someone that they killed, it would cut to a picture of that situation. Like, they'd be like, you, like, burned down our villages, then it would cut to a picture of a burned village. You killed our women, and it would show, like, a bunch of bodies in a field.
Yeah.
And then they said, like, you guys killed children, and it showed a child that looks like been shot or blown up or something happened to this child. And it's just, and it holds on that picture a lot longer than all the other ones, and you're just like,
yeah. Honestly, I actually had to turn away.
Yeah, I was just like, shit. Like, you can read all the crazy shit that happens in war, but it doesn't really resonate with you until you see it.
Yeah.
And that resonated with me. I'm just like, good hell.
I feel with a lot of the imagery that was shown in this movie, they were pushing an NC-17.
Really hard. I mean, dude, they even do that? Like, I have to do some more research on what are the limits with rated R movies, because this is rated R.
Yeah. I don't know how it is with like actual like real life stuff. I know how it is with like in like actual like just like film stuff. Like, you know, like you can't have this much blood. You can't have this much nudity. All this.
That's
shit.
how it goes with like PG-13.
Yeah.
But like with rated R, it feels like it's just whatever.
No, there is
because
there is a bar actually
with rated R.
Because Saw 7, I think, had to be resubmitted like 6 times because the MPAA kept saying, no, we would have to rate this NC-17.
Seriously, that's the one that kept getting sent back.
Yeah.
Can anyone say Saw 3?
For real though.
Holy shit! What's your limit, MPAA?
For real though.
Goodness. Okay. Anyway. The story is amazing, though. It's heartwarming. It's intense. It's everything you kind of want a war movie to be.
Exactly.
It's educational.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Yeah, and gosh, it's so good, and it's such a timely movie. A great movie to come out of this whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
this came out in June, right?
Yeah, like, I love that they did exactly what Norm wanted them to do with the money.
Yeah.
Gave it back to the people. Or put that money towards a good cause.
Yes, there we go.
And, I mean, in Otis's situation, like, I'm assuming he kept the money.
Yeah, I think so.
But Eddie, his went towards Black Lives Matter.
Yes. Which was fantastic.
Heidie's money went towards her cause,
mm-hmm.
disarming landmines.
Yeah.
Like, all of that was awesome
it
to
really
see.
Was.
To see how that money made a difference.
Yeah.
So, where are you sitting at with story?
It's pretty freaking high. I'm in the 90s.
I am too. I would definitely give you that.
I'm going to go solid 90.
Solid 90?
Yeah.
I am right with you.
Perfect.
I loved how the story flowed, how they give you like a super quick intro to everyone. Like the way that like the movie officially opens, like once we get into the Bloods, it's such a quick introduction, and it worked so well.
This movie doesn't feel 2.5 hours. I thought it would. It didn't.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like we said, so the opening opens with a bunch of historical footage, and then the first scene with the Bloods, they're all meeting at a hotel in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then they have a scene where they're kind of reminiscing. We get to know the characters a little bit better. We meet Paul, who is he's the one with the MAGA hat.
Yes.
So he's like a very right-wing conservative.
For some reason, I didn't even notice that it was a Make America Great Again hat until like halfway into the movie.
I didn't notice until they pointed it out.
Yeah, same thing with me. Wasn't that about halfway through?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you kind of get to see how each of these guys have dealt with everything that they did.
Yeah.
In the one moment where they had some former Viet Cong buy their drinks.
Oh, yeah, and they kept having to tell Paul, just raise your damn glass.
Yeah, like one of them was just like, I forget which one, but one of them was just like immediately grabs the drink and just like ready to go. The other are like a little like, okay, where's this coming from? And then like two of them, I think it might be Otis and Melvin, that are just kind of like, where's this from? And then their guide says, oh, Brielle? Yeah, and then...
Scared me a little
Gosh
bit.
damn it, woman! I was in the middle of a thought.
Scared me a little bit.
Yeah, she totally made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, how... I think it was Otis and Melvin that were a little bit like, okay, where's this from? And then once they were told, oh, my... What is it, uncle?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, my uncle was former Viet Cong and wanted to buy you a drink. And then Paul's just like, nope. Yeah. Like, absolutely not. And I had to be convinced into it. Which, I mean, stands up.
Yeah.
Especially with how it is later on with, like, the PTSD.
No,
he not stand up, like...
Oh, sorry. I was like, wait, I don't think any of them stood up. Didn't they all just...
No, they just kind of all raised their glasses, but... It's like you kind of see it kind of sets the precedent for how they are later in the film.
Yeah, that's true.
At least when it comes to the Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I would probably be on the side of Paul in that situation.
That is fair.
Where if it was just like, oh, my uncle's paying for you, and then I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, raise your glass and take a drink. But then as soon as they said, yeah, he was former Viet Cong, I'd be like, what?
It's like, Can
I get something in a sealed bottle?
It's like, I'll raise my glass, but less so now.
Yeah. But so good. So good how they put this story together. It didn't try to hold your hand.
Nope.
At all. They didn't. Yeah. Freaking amazing. Next up, we got writing.
I thought acting. Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought we already did, right? I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind. Anyway.
A little bit.
All right. Writing, honestly, just as strong.
I would say that as well. I don't think it was any stronger than the story.
No.
But it definitely is in line with the...
Would you say about the exact same? A little lower?
Maybe the exact... maybe a little bit lower.
Okay.
If anything. I'd say maybe about 88, 89. Just because there were some... maybe dialogue with some of the guys that felt a little bit unnecessary.
Okay.
Maybe more his son.
That's fair.
His son was definitely the awkward one, I feel, of everyone.
I mean, which makes sense, because come from this generation.
Yeah. So, 88, 89 for me.
I'll go either way, whichever you want.
Let's go 88.
All right, works for me.
Because I think it is a big enough issue.
Okay.
All right, moving on to acting. So I think we're just going to grade the 4 main bloods.
Yep.
So Eddie, Paul, Otis, and Milo.
Yeah, you got it right.
Or Melvin.
Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah. So Eddie, David, Otis, and Paul. Wait, no, sorry, not David. I'm sorry. What's his name? It doesn't pop up in the... Melvin.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's Melvin, Eddie, Paul, and Otis.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll grade those 4, and then we're going to throw in an extra category because his son was in it a decent amount, or Paul's son was in it a decent amount, and obviously we need to grade Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, of course.
But he also wasn't a big part of this.
No.
Not as big of a part as it seemed he was going to be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I mean, when you have a name like Chadwick Boseman in your movie, you kind of want to advertise that he's in it a lot.
Definitely.
So, understandable.
Yeah. So we'll grade those 5.
Yes.
So starting off, we'll start with the extras.
So, we're grading Chadwick Boseman, Stormin.
Storm and Norman.
Yep. Jonathan Majors, David.
Yep.
Do we want to do Melanie?
Well, this is all the
yeah.
extras.
Okay.
Chadwick Boseman definitely is the one that brings it up.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic.
Yeah, he honestly, I have no issues with his performance.
Oh, I don't either. But I mean, when have I ever had a problem with Chadwick Boseman's performance?
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, honestly, like he had a lot, like all the flashbacks that they had with him. It shows like why a lot of the Bloods had the thought processes that they did.
Yeah,
like it didn't try to explain, oh, that's just how they are. It gave them a reason to believe that. Like instead of them getting like angry over something that was happening to them in the moment, it cuts to a scene of them, like, it's kind of like a why aren't you mad about this? And then it cuts to a thing, like a flashback with Norman, and they're listening to the radio and hearing the announcement of Martin Luther King's assassination. And so they're all like, they're pissed off, and they're ready to like turn on the white boys.
Yeah.
And Norman is the one that calms them down and is just like that's not going to do any good. Like it's not. Like, we need to keep a level head. We need, like, we're still fighting the good fight. Like, we can't, turning on them isn't going to get us out of here quicker. And then, like, I think Paul's the one that accuses him of not being upset, and he's just like, are you shitting me? Like, I'm absolutely upset. Like, this is, like, just talking about, like, Martin Luther and everything. And yeah, he's the one that, like, levels them out and teaches them, like, don't get upset if you don't have to.
Exactly.
More or less.
Yeah. Which
I loved. Like that. All of Chadwick Boseman's dialogue was amazing. Like, you could just take little clips of it, and so good.
So good.
Yeah, so I would definitely put him, like, starting off with him, it'd be at the hundreds.
Absolutely.
The ones that bring it down for me, though, are the Son, Hedy, and some of the other extras. I think the Frenchman was... He kind of sucked.
He really did. And...
like... I won't say he sucked, because that's a little harsh. If he didn't fit in, I feel his flaw is kind of more on the writing side. Definitely, the actor's fine. Like, he felt like he should have been in a mob movie. Yeah. Like, wearing a white suit to the jungle. Like, come on, dude. Like, be better.
I could also see him in a James Bond movie.
Yeah. He feels like a James Bond villain, and not really like someone that just double-crossed.
Yeah, it was weird. I really... what's his name? Simon? The other... what's her... He's along with Hedy with the with her organization.
Oh yeah,
that guy. He like said very little, but I really liked the guy. Yeah, he's good actor. He's
pretty good. Yeah, but the French dude brings it down a whole lot for me.
What about Otis's Korean wife? What's her name?
Tien.
Yeah, Tien.
She was okay.
Vietnamese wife. That's what I meant.
She seemed young.
Yeah.
Because if she was someone that he had a fling with way back when, like, you could honestly justify it by, like, either she looks super good for her age.
Like Jennifer Aniston.
Honestly, better than Jennifer Aniston, dude.
Okay, whoa, buddy.
No, like the way that she aged, if she's in her like 70s or 60s, 70s, like
Hey, we haven't seen Jennifer Aniston yet in her 60s or 70s.
fair.
Yeah, so
I'll say okay, fair.
Yeah.
But
cut
still.
the shit. I'm just kidding.
Okay, but still.
No,
If
you're raising a very good point.
Like if Jennifer Aniston looks half as good as her. But I mean, shit. But I did not buy that she was like in her 60s or 70s.
Yeah, for real though.
And like it felt like she was like in her 40s.
Yeah, that's what it looked
And
like.
so the way that I justified it to myself, and I might be wrong here, like she may actually be that age. Actually, look it up. I want
Yeah,
to see
how
how
old?
old that actress is. Because there is no way in hell that she is even close to 60. My guess is 40s. If she's in her... Is she in her 60s?
Oh, no, I gotta
Oh,
find
I was going to say, holy shit, dude, that look on your face. Oh my gosh. Like I was saying, the way that I justified it to myself is that is how Otis is remembering her. And it's like she hasn't aged a day.
She's 62.
Holy shit! He looks so good.
Yeah, that's her, right?
She is 62?
Yep, yeah. Yep. Yeah.
What in the-
Wylon.
Holy ballsack. She looks... She's hot.
She's hot.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. But, okay. Shit, 62. How old are the other guys? How old is Otis's character? Or how old is Otis's actor?
Let's find out. So, Clark Peters.
If he's in his 60s too, I'm going to absolutely shit myself, dude.
Let's see. Clark Peters' age. He is 68.
Okay.
That's a fair age gap.
Yeah, that's a decent age. Holy shit, 62.
Caleb's not going to be able to let this go the whole episode.
No, I'm not, dude. That's how I thought she was like in her. It looked like she was in her like
Late 40s?
early 40s.
Oh, okay, yeah, early 40s.
Yeah, the way like I said, the way I justified it was like, okay, he's like the way that he's imagining it is she hasn't aged a day, or something like that. But shit.
But in
her
reality,
daughter looked older than her.
Yeah, seriously. But seriously, in reality, she hasn't aged a day.
Yeah. She's drinking from the same fountain of youth that freaking Keanu Reeves is.
Just Keanu
But she's taking a couple extra sips because even Keanu Reeves looks old.
without a beard. With a beard,
Without
he
a
does.
beard, yeah. But damn. Okay, anyway.
Caleb's still trying to soak this in.
Yeah, I'm still trying to process this. She was good. She bumps it up for me. Bumps it back up. Paul's son, I didn't care for with his acting.
I didn't mind.
Most of the
Okay,
time.
I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it. But yeah, he's definitely not like my favorite character in the movie. Not even like my top 5, probably.
Yeah, and same with Hedy.
Yeah, Hedy kind of was annoying.
Yeah. So they kind of bring it down. So I'm...
Let me guess. 75.
Not 75, because, like I said, Chadwick Boseman bumps it up a lot.
Okay.
I may be in the mid 80s, 86.
I can give you 86.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so the extras get 86.
Right.
So next, we'll do Eddie.
Which one's Eddie? Oh, yeah.
That is
so,
your job.
Sorry. So, yeah, Eddie, played by Norm Lewis.
Norm Lewis. So Eddie was the rich guy.
Yes.
And he was pretty good.
He really was the one. He was the one that offered to pay for the whole hotel stay, and then Dave is just like, "Oh hell no, I ain't."
Oh, that was Paul.
That was Paul. Yeah, not Paul. Sorry, I keep getting him and his son mixed up.
Yeah.
But he's just like, "Oh hell no, you ain't paying for shit."
Yeah, like, I'm not your charity case.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he was a good, like, just a morale booster.
Yeah, especially towards the end before, he sadly died.
Blows the hell up.
I loved the part of him talking to the others, like saying like, hey, like we had a purpose for what we were doing with this gold. We were told the reason why.
It wasn't necessarily, I don't think he was necessarily pointing out that they had a goal. It was Norm had an idea, a goal, or whatever, for the gold.
There we go. So I always liked that he was the one that kind of brought the rest of the Bloods back to what the main mission was, in a way.
Yeah, definitely. Out of the four, I think that he was probably the weakest.
That's fair. I don't blame the actor. I feel that's the writing, and I feel that he's like the least. When it came to writing of the four, he was kind of like the one that got the short end of the staff.
Yeah, he was just more. I feel like the guy, like the leap, like the one that, like the step to the good dialogue.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but
yeah,
I mean it happens.
Yeah, what can you do?
Honestly, I'm about average with him as well.
Even with the whole pigeon toad thing.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was very funny.
Yeah, I'm about 85 with him.
Okay, I can give you 85. All right, do we want to do what's his name, Melvin?
Yes.
So Melvin, played by Isaiah Whitlock Jr.
Hell yeah. I loved him.
Oh yeah, he's my favorite.
He was my favorite as well.
He was fantastic.
Honestly, I don't think he was like the strongest performance.
No, but he was definitely like the comedic relief of these four.
Yes. I would honestly give the best performance to Paul.
Oh, absolutely, hands down. And
yeah.
Otis is a very close second. Like, it's
very
neck
close
for me.
Yeah, I loved him. Like the way that it was just, like you said, the comedic relief, kind of putting everyone back on track. And I know him from some other stuff, but
I want to see what else he's been in. Really,
yeah, because like his voice is very distinct.
Yeah, it was.
And I can't tell. Like it's very, like it's clear.
Shit, he's been in a lot. Okay, so he was in, have you ever seen Cedar Rapids with Ed Helms?
No.
Really good movie, I recommend it. He was in Black Klansman.
Is
that where you remember him from?
No, let me see. Like, let me check out his IMDb.
Because that's Cedar Rapids is the only movie I'm remembering him from right now. And he was really good in that.
I would have sworn he was in some Disney stuff way back when.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's been in a good amount of shows. Like he was in Elementary.
Never seen it.
Lucifer.
Never seen it.
He was in Pete's Dragon.
Remake or original?
Original.
Nice.
Or not original. Sorry, remake.
Damn it.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Oh, he actually did a voice. He did the local population for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
I'm trying to remember because I know him from like something specific. I just don't remember what. And honestly, it might be some of his like old work. Gosh, what am I thinking? He's in a lot of shit. He was in Gotham.
Ooh.
The show.
That's who?
Damn it. Dude, your freaking phone is so touchy.
It's an iPhone. What do you expect?
Something better.
Don't be dissing on Apple, bitch.
He didn't play like any villains or anything.
Darn
Just a character named Gary Lang.
I'm gonna pretend I know who that is. Gosh damn, if you've only made it to Gotham, how many freaking things has he been in?
No, I've gone through the list. It's
Okay.
I'm trying to
I was
find
gonna say, holy shit.
other things that he's been in. He was in Enchanted.
Ooh.
Ethan
Ooh.
Banks.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
So the Amy Adams, right?
Yep.
Okay. That was a good ass movie.
Honestly, that might be what I remember him from. Yeah, that's the only other thing I can think of. He was in Son of Zorn, Chips, Cars 3,
Who are you playing Cars 3?
River Scott.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen Cars 3.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He is.
Yeah, like I said, he's definitely second best performance.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where would you put him at, though?
I would honestly put him at a solid 90.
90?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
All right.
All right, next up,
Otis.
Otis.
Who was played by Clark Peters.
Clark Peters. He was good.
He was really good.
Yeah, definitely kind of like a side character, I feel, in certain aspects.
Okay, yeah, certain aspects, but for a lot, he definitely did feel like a main character.
Yeah, for like before they went into the jungle, I feel he was like more of a main.
That's fair. He definitely had a lot more story-wise screen time than Paul did before they went.
Yeah, it turned from like an Otis story to a Paul story.
Yes,
I feel.
I definitely agree.
Yeah. So,
how did you feel about his relationship with Tien?
I really liked it. I thought it was sweet.
I did too.
And I'm glad that they didn't pull like the trope of having like something where it's like, oh, is that my daughter? And then her being like Tien being like, oh no, because I feel like that's like a typical thing that they do, or like hiding it until the end, and it's just like, I lied, like she is your daughter, and blah blah blah. Like
it's been done to death.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it was just like, is she like ours? And she's just like, yes. And like, I loved that. Like it was so refreshing.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I mean,
like if she would have said no, I'm be like, lies.
Doesn't she kind of hide it though? Like she says yes, but she doesn't come out and say, "Oh yes, she is your daughter." She
doesn't necessarily hide it from him. I think she tried hiding it from the world.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, she doesn't come out and just say, like, "Oh yes, that's your daughter." She kind of like leaned towards it. She's just like, "Well, I'm her mother. That is my daughter." She's kind of like, she's saying like,
yeah, until he comes out and finally says, like, "Is that our daughter?"
Yeah,
and yeah, and he had some pretty good stuff to do. He did it's tough because once they get to the jungle, he kind of gets pushed to the side.
He does. Although I love when they come out of the jungle and their tour guide is waiting for him, and the guy's just like, "Where's what's the guy that got blown up by a landmine?"
Eddie.
He's just like, "Oh, where's Eddie?" He's like, "Oh, he broke his ankle. He insisted that we leave him behind. Don't worry, we left him food and water." You didn't want to come out and say, "Oh yeah, he got blown to smithereens."
Yeah. I loved how suspicious the guide was too. He's just like,
Yeah.
I'll call some people. Nope, not necessary.
Eddie's not back there, is he?
Nope. Some of him is.
Yeah.
Dude, it freaking well, I understand why they didn't, but it kind of sucks that they brought Norman back and not Eddie.
Yeah, right? For real, though.
Yeah, so he's definitely, honestly, I'd say higher than Eddie, but not by much. we gave Eddie an 85. I'd put him at like 86.
I can
maybe.
be 86, yeah. That sounds good to me.
All right, and then lastly, we got Paul. So this slowly evolved into Paul's story.
Yeah, and oh my gosh.
Him dealing
His
with
acting.
PTSD. So good.
Like, especially the scene towards the end where he has to keep digging that hole, and then unfortunately he is killed. Just, the acting is so strong by him. Like, honestly, his acting is Oscar worthy to me in this film. It's
absolutely.
remarkable.
Absolutely. I love how they kind of have that moment of breaking the fourth wall where he's looking directly into the camera.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Like, that whole speech was just, it gave me chills.
Yeah. Such a great performance. And
yeah.
what else has he been in? Do you know?
I have no
Did you
idea.
recognize him at all?
I didn't.
Oh, we forgot to say who plays him.
Yeah.
Delroy Lindo plays
Delroy
Paul.
Lindo.
Plays Paul.
Yeah. The moment that he had with Chadwick Boseman's character, that moment where they have that reveal that he was the one that killed Norman, it blew my mind. Because he was the one that was accusing everyone, being like with the drinks and with the former Viet Cong members, he was the one that said, like, one of these old bastards could have been the one that did Stormin' Norman in. And in reality, he was the one that did it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you'll never guess what he's been in.
What?
He was in a Pixar movie.
Was he Combat Carl?
No. Okay, he was in Up.
Up?
Yeah.
Was he one of the dogs?
Yep. He played the Rottweiler.
No shit!
Yeah, he played Beta.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he played him in where did he go? Yeah, so he played him in the movie and then Doug's short.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he so good though.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm honestly 95.
95?
Yeah.
That's tough to argue. He was really good. I think he deserves it. I'll give it to you. All right, that averages our acting grade to an 88.4.
Not bad.
All right, next up we got character development, which I think we could talk about Paul's.
Yeah, I'd say Paul has definitely the most, I feel.
Yeah, he... Honestly, like, his arc is tough because it's kind of like downhill, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, he goes from someone that, like, where his past haunts him already because, like, his son talked about it. Like, he talks in his sleep. Like, he talks to things that aren't there and everything. And then once he gets to Vietnam, it's like he goes straight back to being the soldier that he was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Kind of, like, nuts. And then has, like, that spike of character development near the end when he kind of copes with the fact that he was the one that killed Norman. Once he copes with that, it's like he's ready for death.
Yeah.
And it's like he's fighting death throughout the entire thing. Like, he's trying to, one, keep from dying, and two, like, just trying to delay it, because after he ditches his friends, it's to avoid getting shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And I appreciated that he kind of had that coming to Jesus moment.
Then he died in a hail of gunfire.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Which, he was trying to take some of the guys out, right?
Yeah,
Which I appreciated the hell out of. But it was kind of nice to see.
Wait, actually, I don't know if he was.
He was talking crazy, but...
Yeah, so I don't think... He didn't have a gun or anything.
No, he had his shovel.
Yeah, but I don't think I remember him trying to take a swing at any of them.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'll have to watch the movie again. There we go. There's...
Yeah, but he... Yeah, I'm glad near the end that he was able to accept his fate more.
Yes, yeah.
Because
he
like
was
once,
finally able to forgive himself.
yeah, definitely. So that's a pretty decent arc. It's better than we've seen, I feel.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I might be in the high 80s for that.
86?
I can do 86.
Okay.
I think that's plenty fair. All right, next up we got effects.
Gunfire looked really good. The blood spewing everywhere. Holy shit, that fake blood looked good.
It looked really good.
Battle wounds looked fantastic. When Eddie gets blown up, right?
Yeah, Eddie's the one that steps on the landmine.
Like the prosthetics and damn, really, really good. That wasn't CGI, right?
I don't think so. I think that was mostly practical.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It looked like it.
Yeah. Everything looked really, really good. Like there was nothing that stood out to me in any way, shape, or form.
That looked fake at all.
Not even a little bit.
It all looked dead real.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
High 90s, honestly. Like it was high 90s to 100 because it's just I had no issues. Like there was nothing that I saw that was like, oh, that's fake looking.
Honestly, I feel then we should just give it 100.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm down with that. All right, next up we got music.
Music was really, really good.
I was actually listening to the soundtrack today while I was
That's
at work.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is
get
good.
Again?
A little bit.
That's fair. That's
because
fair.
it's soulful music.
Yeah.
It works. It kind of gets you in like a jazzy mood, and I don't know. There's just something about like they played a shit ton of Marvin Gaye.
They did, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely a good thing. The use of music in this movie was just so powerful.
It really was.
And though I don't remember like all the songs, if I heard the songs, I would recognize it. And that's just because Marvin Gaye's music is a little hard to sing along to, I would say. In some instances.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's nothing on the music itself. It's just my shitty memory.
Oh shit.
But music was used so well throughout that. And I think that there was only like one time where I felt like it didn't really fit. And the only time was during the Rise of the Valkyrie song.
Okay, that's fair.
That was the only time that I felt that it was like odd.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it was damn near flawless.
I completely agree.
Yeah, so I'm like 9.
I can give you 9.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless you want to make the argument for a 10.
I don't really know what else to say after what you've said. You summed it up perfectly, so don't really have any arguments left.
Fair enough. All right, next up we got costumes.
Fantastic.
So good.
Like, gosh damn.
Yeah, all of the flashback Vietnam outfits. Oh, so good. The outfits that they had while they were in the jungle during the present time, they made sense. It was hiking gear.
Yeah.
And like it worked.
Yeah, no, it absolutely
all of it worked. The only one that I felt didn't, but I think that's also because he didn't properly pack, was David, Paul's son,
wearing freaking jeggings.
Yeah,
joggers, whatever.
Yeah, so stupid, but it worked because he was supposed to feel out of place.
Yeah,
and everyone looked really good.
They really did. Yeah, even the white asshole or the asshole in the white suit. White suit looked good.
Yeah. Honestly, the Vietnam, like I said, the Vietnam outfits were good. Everyone else's were kind of average.
Like 8?
I'm about an 8.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
All right. Last up, we got our own personal grade. So I will let you take this.
I swear you do that like every single time now.
Do you want me to?
No, I can't. Just give me shit.
I'm going to eventually.
I know. So when Caleb recommended doing this movie, I had never heard anything about it, but I'm very glad that we decided to review this movie because this is a fantastic movie. Chadwick Boseman is fantastic in it. For the very little much that he's in it, he makes a huge presence in it. But the four main guys that they focus on are truly remarkable. Their acting is fantastic. The story is fantastic. So I'm going to go solid 90 for me.
Not bad. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Everything, like, the story was spot on. It kept you engaged, and all the history that it teaches you. I loved, like, the way that they incorporated those history lessons. Yeah. And I don't think they were in your face, but it didn't feel out there. Like, it didn't feel like unwanted.
There we go.
It was like, we're going to give you this quick history lesson and then show you.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that for someone that does enjoy learning some new things on, like, with history. I love that. And the way that they make things resonate with you a little bit better than reading things out of a textbook or off of Wikipedia or whatever. They made things stick.
It's true they did.
And I loved that. And like you said, Chadwick Boseman is a presence that he holds up to his name in the movie of Storm and Norman, helping guide these men to the ultimate goal of helping society and helping themselves and everything. So I'm gonna go maybe a point or two higher.
Okay.
Than you. So I'm gonna go to like a 92.
Alright. Not bad.
Which averages out to a 91.
Perfect.
Which brings our final All Bros score for Da 5 Bloods to a B+. A very, very strong B+.
Not bad.
Yeah, our cutoff for a B+ is an 86. We are at an 89.8%.
Damn.
It is 0.2% away from being an A-.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this movie did excellent. And it deserves it.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great film.
Yeah, if you have not seen it, we highly recommend that you guys go check it out. So, B+, that puts it on... It's a little bit lower than Ready or Not.
Okay.
So all these movies I'm about to list off are B+ movies. So we got Ready or Not. It is a few points below.
Fair.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of B- movies or B+ movies.
Wait, what?
It puts it slightly, like, jeez. It puts it 0.08% lower than The Avengers.
The original, right?
The original.
Okay.
It is slightly higher than Black Panther.
Okay.
It is 3 points higher than Spider-Man Homecoming.
As deserved.
It is a few points higher than Knives Out.
Yeah, boy. Deserves it.
Same with The Invisible Man.
Yep. Deserves it.
It is it's actually 3 points higher than The Lovebirds.
Okay. That's fair.
It's 1 point higher than Parasite.
Okay. All right.
Which I think I might have enjoyed Parasite a little bit more.
did too.
But yeah, I kind of still agree with all our scores. It is 3 points higher than Frozen 2.
Okay. That's fair.
It is 0.1 lower than Rocketman.
How do you feel about that?
I might actually agree.
Yeah, Rocket Man is that good.
Rocket Man is really good. Rocket Man's honestly the closest to an A- as we could possibly get.
Shit.
It is. It's a little. Oh, actually, it's higher. It is higher than Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Okay. Fair.
Higher than Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely.
1 point higher than Unicorn Store.
Yeah, agreed. You already know how I feel about that.
Same situation. So it's 3 points higher than Captain Marvel.
Okay.
2 points higher than How to Train Your Dragon. And 1 point higher than How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Alright. This movie's kicking some serious ass.
Then, gosh, we need to go through and fix that.
Which one?
Aquaman.
Yeah, you're telling me. What do we have Aquaman on?
It's at a 90%.
Yeah, no, sorry, that ain't.
So B+.
No. That's not. I don't know how to do the cleaning lady from Family Guy.
Ooh, it is on damn near the exact same level as Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh, yes.
And it is a little bit lower than Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I was lower? Wait, did we give Rise higher than Dawn?
So Rise is 89.2.
Okay.
Dawn is 89.8.
Oh, okay.
So actually, Dawn is 0.075 higher than this movie.
Okay. Sorry, I was getting a little confused.
No, you're good. So yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, definitely not bad. Like we said, excellent movie. Definitely worth checking out.
Yes.
So I believe that concludes this week's breakdown. If you liked this episode, want to hear more of our stuff, be sure to follow and subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on every platform that you can imagine. You can also catch all of our episodes on YouTube, as well as some other videos that we'll make someday. We are also on social media. Facebook, facebook.com/theallbros, Twitter and Instagram @theallbros, where you can DM us with episode ideas, want to answer our question of the week, which we'll have one.
Yes, we promise.
Yeah. We just didn't have one this week because this week was hard.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to join us, we would love to have anyone on any of our episodes. But yeah, you can also hit us up on our email at theallbroschannel@gmail.com. Check out our website, which has links to our podcast, YouTube channel, everything you need to know about us, as well as our merch store, which is on TeePublic. So teepublic.com/user/theallbroschannel. But go check out our website, which is tinyurl.com/theallbros.
So when you say it includes all of our info, does that mean social security numbers too?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And all of our credit card information as well.
Hell yeah. Y'all have fun with the two that I have.
Yeah. So, next week, we are going to be taking a break from breakdowns.
Yes.
Because the choices of movies are slim.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, so we are going to be jumping into a Dreamcast episode, and the Dreamcast that we are going to do is Scream 5.
And the pressure is on, thanks to Film on the Rocks.
Yeah, we've gotten quite a bit of news, and most of the news that I've seen has been from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to pitch our own Scream 5 movie.
Yeah.
Or Rose is going to pitch it, because he's the one working on it right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I already got the title, Scream 5. I hope you guys love it.
Spelled out.
Exactly, yeah. We're not doing the number. We're actually spelling out 5. It's going to be different.
No, we're not. That would be so stupid. But yeah, look forward to that. Next week, And until then, this has been the All Bros Podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.
So long. I feel that's the best one I've done in a while.
I'll give you that.
Okay. All right.